What's going on, Scorpio? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an exceptional week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Scorpio, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. I'm still coming up with the dance moves for this one, Scorpio, if they're going to be dance moves. But this one is your weekly download. I'm promising I'm going to serve up word salad. But with this download, whenever you happen to come across this video, maybe this video finds you there, Scorpio, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Scorpio, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just wonderful energy all around here, Scorpio. And Scorpio, how you feeling now that your ruler has officially moved into Aquarius? Did you feel that energy shift? Because your ruler Pluto doesn't move that often, so this is gonna be a big one for you. Especially if you got Scorpio placements, he's gonna be forming squares with those signs and all of that generation that actually has Pluto and Scorpio. We're in for a Pluto square, so that might be a bit of an interesting energy there, Scorpio. A bit of a transformative one, but the growth is going to be spectacular. But, Scorpio, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Scorpio, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching there, Scorpio, so definitely go show them some love. I think you may appreciate their insights. There's some links for some astrologers that I like watching, and I also finally got around to getting some podcasts that I've been listening to as well. Scorpio, my Gemini moon's been loving it, and I think you would maybe like them too. So actually, I want to say one of them on the podcast, I think of the Weekly Transit, I think that he's a Scorpio, so that's exciting. But then also there's some apps that I like working with down there as well. There's Scorpio, so just a treasure box that's down there, so definitely check that out when you get a moment. Let's go ahead and get into your first energy here. Oh, and look at this, Scorpio. You have the meandering pathway here, which is a card of flow. And the energy that I feel like that like the spirits are kind of asking you is just like, how do you go with the flow of these changes and things? You know, what really kind of helps you, and not even just how you go to the flow, but what helps you really kind of get in your groove in a sense. That's very interesting, Scorpio. This could be, maybe this is through like meditation, or maybe this is through music, or maybe this is through dance, or just something that allows you, I feel like, to just kind of sink in with those undercurrents, those deeper energies there. Because every time I feel like I interact with someone, either like a Scorpio or someone with Scorpio placements, I feel that there is this kind of like, not like, almost like a probing energy in a sense of like, I feel like your intuition really starts to get at work in a sense. Like I feel like you really do pull things from the surface and really kind of, you flow at a different like frequency or vibration, when I feel like when you're really kind of tapped into there, Scorpio. And I feel like if we've been noticing some resistance in that flow, I feel like it's like exploring that, you know, whether this maybe be blocking this flow. You know, maybe there's some emotional things that may be coming up for you. Maybe there's some stressors with maybe you feel like the energies are moving faster, or, you know, we just wanted to kind of slow down, or yeah, just kind of, I feel like being very inquisitive with these energies, and then finding ways when you do feel yourself out of balance or out of the flow with the energies, or with the even just like maybe with the flow of light there, Scorpio, it's just like how do you, yeah, just how do you stay in that current? But let me get some tarot on this. That's very interesting. Let me get some tarot on this and get some details there, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, look at all these people, Scorpio. Interesting. All right, so you have the Mother of Sticks, the Mother of Coins, and the Daughter of Coins, and the Ten of Knives in reverse here, Scorpio. And then you have the Son of Knives and the Free Man here, which is Uranus energy. The why do I always struggle on this one? The Fool, up right here. And where do you want to start, spirits? So I feel with the Mother of Sticks here, I almost feel for some that if things haven't been, I feel like if the flow has been off there, Scorpio, I almost feel like that the Mother of Sticks is giving me this forceful type of energy. It's like we've been feeling that. I just feel like it's like for some, I feel like we're wanting things to move faster in a sense. It's like, let's say, for example, if you feel kind of stuck in a situation, maybe this is in our jobs, for example, and we've been wanting to kind of change that up in a sense. Maybe we've been trying to put our resumes out there and just kind of force the flow of things, been trying to move past stuff. But the reason that there are these blockages, I feel like what's going on, it's what's preventing this stuff here is I feel like there's something that's needing to be looked at as far as like not a foundation. What's the word I'm looking for? I feel like it's like when is the thing that we're trying to it almost feels like that we're trying to force something to start up that doesn't quite resonate with you, Scorpio. And I feel like before we just kind of jump into these new beginnings there's something that I feel like is needing to be closed out in a sense, because before the Fool here is the World energy. And I feel like we may have, because maybe for some we may have jumped into something prematurely. We thought that like, oh, if we got this new job, let's say for example, that things would be different. But it may be that it's not the job, it's not the job itself, but it may just be that we need to go about it a different way. Maybe we need to start our own thing, and that's just for example. Because I feel that there's this something here with this Ten of Knives here that we may be kind of healing from, or that we may be I almost that it's like you're feeling betrayed by something, or that you're feeling that just something is no longer working for you. This like the Ten of Knives can be this energy of like heralding the end of delusions, and it's like we've been thinking that one way has been flowing for us nicely, but now it's no longer doing that in a sense, and now it's like we are needing to the same old thing is no longer working here. It's like it's time to start something, going from like a fresh approach in a sense. And I feel like before we jump into that with the Mother Sticks, there's an energy of needing to understand where that energy is going in a sense, and like kind of like be more inquisitive about our future, and really kind of paying attention to where we're seeing resistance, because the Knight of the Son of Knives, which is the Knight of Swords, in like the Rider White picture, I'm getting that image where it's like he's going up against this hill and the wind is blowing against him, but he's still charging forward. But I feel like it's just like it's like that doesn't quite feel like the path that's needed. Let me get a little bit more on this Son of Knives here, Scorpio, before we move on for this. Let's see what's going on here. Thank you, spirits. Interesting. A lot of energy here. So you have the Two of Sticks and the Five of Sticks upright, Scorpio. Then you have the Ten of Sticks in reverse. And I feel like that is like something has, it's like something that has been a burden there, Scorpio. I feel like it's trying to be lightened up in a sense. You know, this sense, this energy of conflict is getting you not necessarily to force in action, but again, like not, it's like we're doing things a little differently than what we used to. You know, I feel like the old ways have been, because Uranus brings about this new innovative type of energy. That's the Fool energy, the free man here. And I feel like it's like, again, this Two of Sticks is taking a new course of action and exploring this flow. But I feel like it's a softer type of approach that we're going. You know, it's like we're kind of meandering down this pathway as opposed to sprinting down this and appreciating the flow, and then seeing as this clarity kind of comes in, then we'll know when to strike. It's not to say with the Mother Sticks that things are going to stay like this or these reversals here, but it's going to, or you know, these blockages. But I just feel like it's being more intentional, more thoughtful with, does the thing that we're doing resonate with us anymore there, Scorpio? But I think I'm going to move out of that. I hope that makes sense. But let's get another tarot in the mix here. Thank you, spirits. All right, Scorpio. So you have the spirit guardian of summer here, which is a card of expansion. And that's what I feel like is happening here, Scorpio. Like something inside you, I do feel like is growing. Because, again, now your energy is moving into... Now that Pluto has moved into Aquarius, and Pluto will move back one more time into Capricorn towards like the... I want to say it's around like September, October time. He'll move back into Capricorn one more time. But you are in this energy of the future, this energy of expansion in a sense. You know, with Uranus, things are really kind of changing up there with this energy. And I feel like I just feel like that there is that more type of, because when you think about Aquarius energy, they have this strong sense of individuality and this need to have this sense of freedom, and then how that uniqueness affects the collective and how that is bettering humanity as a whole. And so now I feel that there is something kind of expanding in you, Scorpion. There's a need to go with that flow, and there's this need, because I feel that there's been this resistance here, but now it's like this, it feels like this old ways here. It's like we're trying something different, you know, like these going about how we've been doing it has been betraying us, or this has been working against us. And so, and you know, and I feel like things are going to get a little bit lighter for you as soon as you, because you do have a lot of, you know, you have Jupiter that's opposing your Scorpio placements, depending on where this is at. Uranus has been forming some oppositions with your signs as well. Granted, he's towards like the last decan of Taurus. So, you know, there may have been some tough decisions when it comes to this expansion, but I do feel like it's like when we learn to, again, whatever this is that we're resisting, you know, I feel like something is calling from you within in order to try something, just something different there. But let me get some tarot on this and get some details with this, Scorpio. Alright, Scorpio, let's see what's going on here. Alright, so you have the the Seven of Coins and Dr. Grant in reverse, and Dr. Grant is the Hermit. And then you have the Ten of Baskets and Father Sims upright, and that's Temperance energy. And I feel with Dr. Grant being in reverse here, Scorpio, that there is this need to. I feel like that we may have. It's like I feel like we've been thinking that again. One thing was where we felt like we needed to go, with this free man here, but it's just like, is that truly what you wish? Has it really, has this actions that we've taken, have they yielded the results that you've wanted? And I even feel too, there's this questioning with the Seven of Coins is, how you've been making decisions in the past, are they resonating with you now? If we're noticing that there has been this streak of resistance, or the streak of where things haven't been going your way. And I feel like this, like Father Sims is bringing you in a new type of resonance there. We're creating this sort of like this new type of alchemy there. I feel like this wish, like I feel like what resonated with you, or what fulfilled you, let's say even like a year ago, like there's some certain aspects I feel like of that are changing. This doesn't necessarily have to be like where I was giving that job example. This could be maybe in what we're eating possibly, or maybe with how we've been utilizing our time. Have we been maybe distracting ourselves, and where have we gotten out of balance here? Maybe where we've even kind of overindulged a little bit there, Scorpio, and where we can kind of exercise more temperance in our journey. Because like one example of like to explain what I'm feeling is, there was a moment where I was kind of feeling stuck in my space, and I was trying to change that. And so I really tapped into, like, because I have a lot of Leo in my chart, and I really tapped into all of that. I was just trying to force something to happen. I was sending out all these applications. I was doing all this stuff for a new place, and just trying to make all of these things come together there, and nothing happened. It just like nothing was there. And it was just one of those things where I just had to kind of go with the flow. I had to pause for a second, go in this hermit energy, and just kind of reflect on Ten of Baskets. Is this really what I want? And then when I think about it now, that would have probably set me back a little bit further, and I came to appreciate even these blocks that had came my way. And so it's like things are happening here for a reason, and they're leading to your expansion. But I feel sometimes, again, we need to take a moment and just kind of reevaluate what's going on with us internally there, maybe with the hermit being in reverse Dr. Grant, and figure out just like, yeah, where I've been putting my energies, my time, my resources, how is that evolving? And it's, yeah, this is this different type of, because even getting a lot of tens here as well. And so something is coming to a close with this tens, and we're getting ready to start, how we're starting something new here with the Fool, going about things in a different type of approach there. So all right, Scorpio, I think I'm gonna leave that there, but let's get your last tarot card, or excuse me, your last oracle card. Alrighty. And that's fine. We'll just talk about energy, Scorpio, because you got the Fire Spirit card here, which is a card of energy. And so I feel this is asking you to be mindful, one, of where we're putting our energies, and just seeing, two, even if we're trying to force things along, how has that, just like when we were talking about with the Seven of Coins, it's just like how has where you've been putting your energy, how has that given back to you, in a sense? Has things grown, or do we need to be a little more patient with this? Kind of channel our energies somewhere else. Somewhere that's needing to because I feel like maybe what you think is your main focus here may not be. We may need to shift our priorities a little bit. Is what I'm kind of getting with with this energy card here. And even too, this card is the 17th card, which in the tarot is the star card, Aquarius energy. And so this may even be too, just thinking about Aquarius energy. Maybe you're trying to do something by yourself and there's a need to maybe seek the help of others there, possibly. Get some advice as far as like, how we've been maybe going about things thus far, and seeing if there are some more maybe constructive ways, or maybe there's just something that we're just not seeing, I feel, or that we're not maybe understanding here, Scorpio. But let me get some tarot on this and get a little bit less tarot on this and see what's going on with this energy. That's interesting because we're getting some more people here, Scorpio. A lot of mothers here. Thank you, spirits. But you have the interesting. We were talking about the world there, Scorpio. So you have the Daughter of Sticks, Mr. Buzzard, which is the Justice card, the Garden, which is a World card in reverse, and then we have the Mother of Knives, the Eight of Baskets, and the Nine of Baskets here, Scorpio. And let's switch back over, because I feel that there's something here, like I feel like, because it's like what I was talking about with, and that's interesting. When I was talking about with that full energy earlier, I feel like it's like before we start something new, there was something that's needing to be closed out here, with the Buzzard card, or excuse me, with the Garden card being here, the World, and with Dr. Buzzard. It almost feels like that there is this like kind of karmic thing that's coming around. It's like this boomerang that's happening here. Like is what was with the energy that I'm getting. It's just like that something is coming around that's trying to get to our attention. Something that that we've developed some sort of emotional attachment to, or some sort of like thing that we need to walk away from, that is no longer serving us, and that may be affecting your vibration in a sense there, Scorpio. And with the Daughter of Sticks, she's following the flow of these birds, and I just feel like that again, we're out of flow with something. Our energies are starting to evolve. Our priorities may start to evolve. Maybe the things that used to maybe resonate with you 3 months ago, 6 months ago, even yesterday, just may have changed in a sense. And now there's some sort of clarity that's needing to be had here. And it's like how the Queen of Knives, Mother of Knives here, has this sword pinpointed, or the sword kind of stabbed in this book. It's just like there's something like new that we need to pinpoint where it is that, again, this blockage may be, because this might be because I feel like it's like what you think the source or the reason for your actions, in a sense. It's something deeper. I feel like that's changing this. And there may be, when I was talking about all these people, that there may be something here, like maybe certain influences, or like different like people giving you advice as far as like what you need to do with your energies, where you need to go, like or how you need to grow. It's just like it's not sticking with you anymore. This could be a friend, this could be maybe a mother, since you have all these mothers here, or some sort of parental figure, or maybe even like a partner, or maybe even just like what society maybe even thinks like that, that expects you to do, or how to manifest. Like it's, yeah, something is again, is changing here, Scorpio. And I feel like there's a need to just kind of explore that and understand just the deeper motivations behind these actions. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Scorpio. Yeah, I hope that made sense. But if anything resonated with you, if you like that, Scorpio, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Scorpio. If you know someone who's been just been feeling out of whack here recently. Just something feels uncomfortable or just doesn't quite feel right. Like it's like we're wanting to change something, but in order to do that, we can't just jump into this thing. I feel like there's a need to like something needs to properly close here. With the how that Dr. Buzzard in the garden came out there, Scorpio. It's very fascinating. Because even thinking about that, I'm going to get back to your reading for just like a hot second. That's when you think about that, Saturn is the garden, the buzzard card is Libra. Saturn and Libra, that's the Three of Swords. And, you know, like there's, I feel like something deep down like that's, But just share this, Scorpio. And then subscribe there. What am I going to call you, garden? Hit that bell button. You get us. I don't know how I feel about calling you a buzzard. Hit that bell button. Get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit there, Scorpio. If you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Cherryden, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there, discuss lunar shenanigans, and do tarot card spreads based off what sign she's in, what phase she's in. Actually, I had a pretty lovely reading that I just did. I just did their one before yours. It was actually really nice. But all that housekeeping there, Scorpio, is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here. So I can get you out of here, Scorpio. And then you have the Five of Knives here. And you know, I feel that whatever these changes are, it's like I feel like it's going against possibly what others may think. But, because that's one thing the Five of Knives could be, but I feel that there's this energy that, not necessarily that, it's not like people are telling you what to do, but I do feel that there is, if you have someone who's providing you with advice that is more constructive, because it's like the mother and daughter of Styx wasn't doing it, the mother and daughter of, oh, that's how fascinating, the mother and daughter of Styx wasn't doing it, the mother and daughter of Coins wasn't doing it, but the mother and son of Knives, their energy is upright. And I feel like that may be the inputs that you need. And I feel like this kind of just like sitting with what really kind of resonates with you as far as like maybe this advice that we may be seeking from others, because maybe we've been kind of been looking for this guidance but nothing seems to quite fit, whether this is people that we're talking with or maybe these are things that we're watching or maybe things that we're reading. But I do feel like whatever this shift and this expansion is as well is remembering with the Five of Knives to not compare yourselves to others, to try not to get into that trap, because then I feel like we're not living to our authentic truth. And now again, you are in this Aquarius energy, and that is a lower expression of Aquarius getting lost, losing themselves in the group energy, and not really being in that, not really adding anything of value to the table, but just being a part of the herd in a sense. So, but let me get your other oracle card here, Scorpio, so I can get you out of here. Interesting, Scorpio. Thank you, spirits. So you have the Pillars of Legacy card here, Scorpio. And this is a card to stand tall on the foundation set by your ancestors. Their strength and wisdom are your inheritance. And where I do agree with that, I feel like this is a nice card considering how Pluto has just transitioned. He was in Capricorn, which is a very big sign of, and granted, you know, when we're thinking about ancestors, that's more into like Cancer's realm, which is the opposite sign of them. But I'm just thinking about this foundation as far as like how things have always been done, you know, and where those foundations have been valuable. There are certain things that do work. Some of this stuff, you know, with Capricorn, they tend to hold on to tradition sometimes. But now you've moved from that traditional energy to Aquarius, which is not necessarily destroying everything that Capricorn has built, but it is taking the things that are working and then advancing them into the future. getting into this new energy where, you know, Capricorn is this more kind of authoritarian, this sort of like builders, and, you know, wanting this permanence. But if those structures are no longer working, then that's where the Tower moment comes in. And now I feel that it's still taking that strength of what you've learned from this Capricorn energy, in a sense, these things that have been valuable to your growth, but now they're evolving. You've taken this wisdom, and how are you applying this with now how we're going into the future? You know, we're getting into a different type of age there, Scorpio. So, you know, and it's just like, I feel like it's asking yourself, how is what you're doing expanding not just yourself, but expanding this collective in a sense. They're not just getting lost in the flow, but creating this flow that works for you and for everyone else, in a sense. So very, very interesting energy coming through here. So I feel like this is a lot to sit with, Scorpio. So I think I'm going to leave that there, but I feel like this is one where it's not something with the Dr. Grant looking really outside of yourself, in a sense. I feel like it's looking within and asking yourself these deeper questions. So, but you stay safe out there, Scorpio, with where these shifts are happening, because things are changing. You know, we are getting into, we're in a new type of energy, a new age. Uranus, depending on when you're watching this, is getting ready. The Fool is actually getting ready to wake up, and now you may have noticed the flow of energies are changing, because now we're in this where all the planets are direct right now, and you're noticing that there may be this movement here. But I feel like it's a not resisting, it's a going with that flow and allowing that to be. You know, just be mindful of that, Scorpio, and raise your vibration through the roof. Be mindful of your energy. You know, take care of this stuff. You know, we're not just wanting to just kind of go there. You know, I feel like it's really being intentional with what you're doing there, going with a clearer mind here. And I will catch you, Scorpio, on the next one. Later.